Hi, everybody. This is Blessing coming to you to discuss the latest book that I'm reading. We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rodgers. She's known as a badass. I love her book so much. I'm still in the introduction, and this is the podcast where I share my personal development journey with you. And this is the book that I am reviewing. So, in this book, Rachel says boldly that if you picked up this book, you want to be a millionaire. She's certain of that. And Rachel gives a figure. She gives some statistics. She says that in 2018, only 1.7% of women owned businesses made more than $1 million in revenue. Only 1.7%. And that's in the US. In the UK, I think the number is even lower. I heard on the news a few weeks ago how majority of black-owned businesses and business owners, black-owned female business owners make less than £25,000 a year. Shocking. And I can really understand why that happens. And there's just so many reasons. One of them could be due to lack of the ability to get finance to grow the business and other reasons. But for Rachel, her mission is to help every person reading this book to make $1 million or £1 million or a million, whatever, million CDs, depending on where you live. So Rachel says that you may not think that you are, but trust me, you are. She believes that all of us have the ingredients of a millionaire. She says you just need a better recipe. And this book is her personal recipe. I love that description. She's saying that all of us have what it takes to become a millionaire. It's just that we've been using the wrong recipe. So she wants to show us in this book the right recipe for becoming a millionaire. And what Rachel does is that she gives an example of somebody called Madam C.J. Walker, who was the most unlikely candidate to become a millionaire. You see, Rachel has done this because she knows that some people might think that it's unrealistic for them to become a millionaire. But Rachel wants to prove you wrong. She gives the background and the history of Madam C.J. Walker, and she says that Madam C.J. Walker, she was born to her parents were actually her parents were born at the or she was born rather just 5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, and she was born to former slaves. So her parents, this Madam C.J. Walker, her parents were former slaves, and she was the only child who was actually born free. That means the rest of her siblings were also born into slavery. And she gives the background of Madam C.J. Walker's experience, how she grew up. But she says that Madam C.J. Walker chose her mission and ambition. Okay, she chose to improve her life and the lives of her people. And she turned her personal pain into purpose, and she got results. She mentions how Madam C.J. Walker, previously she was known as Sarah, in 1903, she met a lady called Annie Malone, who was a black woman entrepreneur who offered hair care treatments. Now, for me, this shows the importance of having a mentor. In business, trying to start business from scratch and doing it all on your own, I think is not very wise. Get a mentor. Madam C.J. Walker had a mentor called Annie Malone. And Madam C.J. Walker, previously she was known as Sarah, she became a salesperson and hair care specialist for Annie. So she learned the tricks of the trade. And this allowed her to double her wages. Okay. And so, moving down, what happens is that Madam C.J. Walker marries, she moves to a different town and she marries Mr. Walker, a newspaper man. And she traveled to another part, but wherever she went, she always did her hair care products, and she always improved on it. It says at each location, she recruited and she trained Black women to become her sales representatives. And at a time when the majority of Black women were employed as domestic servants, earning as little as $100 to $240 annually, not monthly, annually, Madam was offering economic mobility for her sales representatives. Therefore, it wasn't long before Madam had an army of sales reps around the country. You see, what Madam C.J. Walker learned to do was leverage. She knew she couldn't go to every town and every city selling her hair care products. Therefore, she trained an army of representatives. And it says by the end of 1907, Madam had made 3,652 in annual income. And this is in the 1900s, early 1900s. And that, I mean, in this day and age, that's equivalent to over $100,000. Okay. So she, prior to creating her company, she barely actually made $300 per year. But in her company, she's making over 100,000 a year. It says Madam's gift for teaching, deep understanding of her clients' desires, and strong conviction that Black women should be financially independent were her strengths. So she had strengths. You have strengths. I have strengths. What are your key strengths? What are your superpowers? Make a list of them. It says she used them. She used her strength to build exponential wealth. Her business operations expanded. She was able to visit places like Cuba, Panama, Jamaica, Costa Rica, um, Haiti. She went to expand her business internationally. She purchased a well known salon in Harlem where she built a mansion. She built a mansion in New York. I mean, in so many different places. Okay. She had daughters. She had, it says, she and her daughter Aliyah hosted Black politicians, activists, and artists. Because she was able to be economically advanced, she was able to build homes where she could host important people. If she did not have money, she could not have done that. It says in 16 years, Madam C.J. Walker went from struggling washerwoman to notable businesswoman and a millionaire. She not only built wealth for herself, but she trained more than 20,000 sales agents who were able to become wealthy women who also gave back. So, Rachel Rodgers says if Madam C.J. Walker could become a millionaire, knowing her background, then you can and I can certainly become a millionaire now. Madam C.J. Walker did it back in the 1900s when life was so tough for her family, for her parents. Her parents were former slaves, and yet she was able to become a millionaire. Therefore, Rachel is saying if she could do it, you and I in these economic times can do it. She says you don't need perfect childhood. You don't need a fair government. You don't need a lot of money to become a millionaire. The only thing we really need is the belief that we can. So, do you believe you can? I believe I can. So, really, that is the end of the introduction. And tomorrow, God willing, we're going to look at part one, the $1,000,000 behavior. What behavior do you need on your journey of becoming a millionaire? Stay tuned as we find out tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this book review. Take care and God bless. Bye bye.